What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Dota commentary brought to you by yours truly, Bvolin, and this is going to be a solo cast on Game 3 between Rox.KIS and EG from the Curse of Dota Invitational. And overall, I heard this was a good series, but I'm only going to cast Game 3 because I heard that this game was the best of them. I have not yet seen this game, but I heard it is quite action-packed, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. And even though this is a good series, the reason why I'm not casting all three of them is because there are Western qualifiers to be casted from TI3, and that should be overall a really good casting experience. As, I mean, there are just going to be a lot of really good games, hopefully a lot of creative strategies, because I mean, you sort of have to show all your cards in the qualifiers, otherwise you might not just make it into the main tournament. And both of these teams are in the Western qualifiers, albeit in different groups. So this should hopefully give us an interesting look at how the Western qualifiers might proceed, but overall, you have to favor EG because EG has been playing so well. They made it to the grand finals against Alliance in the WePlay tournament, coming in second. They have just been performing out of their minds recently, beating teams like Liquid, Dignitas, Navi, everybody in the Western scene that you can possibly want to be, except for Alliance, who seems to just have an edge over everybody at this moment in time. But yeah, Rox.KIS definitely nothing to be slept on. They came second in the Raycall EMS LAN tournament in Katowice, Poland. And we're going to have to see how this game shows up. I've heard a lot of good things about this game. And again, unfortunately I can't bring you the whole best of 3 series. But let me know what you want me to cast in the future for TI3 qualifiers, as some of the games from the first group are one-sided from what I've heard. I have actually not watched too many of the games in order to not spoil myself if I want to cast, but if you do want me to cast some games, please let me know on my Facebook, on my Twitter, or even the YouTube comment section. Bwallen773 is where you can find me at all of the locations. But yeah, I think Facebook and the YouTube comment sections are probably the best way to go about it. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and all that, not going to say no to that. Know what I'm saying? Anyways, Rox.KIS going to pick up the Wisp. EG going to respond with Nature's Prophet as well as Luna. So this is an interesting choice against Wisp because there are a couple schools of thought against Wisp, which SK has eloquently sort of discussed on my cast before. So one school of thought is just destroy him in lane, and he is pretty weak tri-lane hero for the most part. And Rox.KIS, they're going to pick up the Chaos Knight, so at least they have the versatility to potentially go mid if they really want to. But this will most likely be a tri setup. Although, with the Gyrocopter choice, it's not so set in stone anymore. Because usually in Wisp tri-lane, Chaos Knight would be the main carry, but Gyrocopter has not been seeing nearly as much mid play as of late. He's been more of a safe lane farmer. And EG going to respond with the Juggernaut, so really interesting. But this is the other school of thought on how to deal with Wisp. You just 5-man, so relocate really can't do anything. And Wisp in teamfights is really not that effective if he cannot get off to a good start. So if he does not have a lot of regen in the form of urns, if he doesn't have something like Ghost Scepter, you can kill him very easily. And if you can't really use the relocate gank, if you're never really in a position to get relocated on, then that will just eliminate a pretty powerful ultimate completely from the game. So EG, from what it looks like, they're going to try to group up very early on and push with the Nature's Prophet, with the Luna, and with the Juggernaut. This probably won't be a split pushing heavy Nature's Prophet. This will probably be a group up and push with the team sort of Nature's Prophet. And the Juggernaut Healing Ward, the Luna plus damage will all be very good components of that. And you can see Rox.KIS taking the appropriate measures, recognizing that, okay, EG right now, they don't have any supports, and we're going to ban out strong supports that could roam and strong supports that could push early on, like the Chen. And the Shouting is a good roamer and is overall a very solid early game support. And besides, if you disrupt the Chaos Knight or the Wisp while they're teleporting in, that eliminates 2 seconds of the relocate right off the bat. So Shouting is definitely a very strong choice. Also, the Purge just makes chasing a living nightmare. And with the Wisp, you want to chase as much as possible. So Rox.KIS banning appropriately, but this has sort of been why Wisp has been fitting out in some portions or in some areas of the West, but also is very highly regarded for other teams. For example, Cupad Mini plays a really solid Wisp. Navi plays a solid Wisp because they have Funnick. So it really just depends on the team. But if you don't really have a solid game plan against Wisp, then Wisp should probably be an opening ban for the most part. EG gonna ban out Undying as well as the Tinker and the Clock. So Clock and Tinker are good because they're good at turtling, and EG for the most part looks like they want to group up and push, and also can give you some map control in the form of the split pushing by the Tinker and the Clockwork and the Rockets. And when you get the Rocket Flare to give you extra vision, then Whiskcast Knight will have an easier time in terms of relocating in and just destroying whoever they're targeting. I'm not too sure about the Undying. Maybe EG's worried about an aggressive trialing, but other than that, I don't think a Wisp trialing does have really the sort of requisite amount of damage to go on the offensive. So overall, I'm not too sure about the Undying. I mean, I guess the Undying Tombstone would make it difficult for. I mean, the zombies would soak up the glaives, and the zombies would also soak up some of the Eclipse damage. So that could be some of the logic behind it. Also, Tombstone is quite early to deal with. Quite annoying to deal with early on, and EG's not really that tanky. So Tombstone Decay could do a lot of work against these pretty squishy heroes on the side of EG. Meanwhile, I love this choice of Rox.KIS. I absolutely love it. They're going to pick up the A, and this is something that I've been hoping to see a return, because this is a hero that I feel like is really underrated, especially with the revival of Juggernaut, and even heroes like Wisp who really do a good job in terms of healing. AA is the single best anti-healer in the game just because of his ultimate Ice Blast, which means that you cannot heal while you're under the AA Ice Blast debuff, and 12 seconds or 10 seconds without a heal while you're constantly in danger of being shattered is a long time in a team fight. That means 8 to 10 seconds of no healing word buff, 8 to 10 seconds of no mecha, and that is just gonna cripple that. So I feel like this AA pick by Rox.KIS just perfectly fits in this game, because they're recognizing the fact that EG wants to group up and push very early on. That you know that the healing word will be in effect, and you know EG want to get a fast mechanism so you can amplify their push. And A shuts down two of those options for a decent amount of time, just right out the get-go. And Chaos Knight and Gyrocopter do a nice amount of damage. Is Rox.KIS gonna pick up the Pudge? Interesting, really interesting choice by Rox.KIS. I was not expecting the Pudge. I guess since they think EG is going to be grouping up as 5, it'll be easier to get the Pudge hooks. And also, EG, if they don't group up as 5, if they're just farming, then Pudge can sort of delay the push just by picking off an isolating hero, just because Rox.KIS knows that EG does want to group up as 5. And if you do get a pick off with a Pudge, then you can sort of just go to town with Relocate and Chaos Knight, because it'll make a team fight 5v4 with the AA Ice Blast global support. But EG gonna last pick up the Lifestealer. Interesting that Lifestealer made this far without being picked or banned. So I feel like Rox.KIS does have a really solid draft. One thing that I'm a bit concerned about is the Lifestealer, just because Lifestealer is so very powerful. It does not really care about A or Wisp or Gyrocopter. Chaos Knight and Pudge are somewhat difficult to bring down, but Pudge not so much because he has very low armor, and Lifestealer just heals an insane amount. But you won't get the healing if you're not raged up when the Ice Blast does hit you, so that could be a bit of worry for the Lifestealer. And actually, you're going to see Fear playing the Lifestealer. And that was something else I was going to notice. Oh my god. EG doesn't really have a traditional support. So is this going to be a support Lifestealer? Because Fear has switched to the support role. I mean, right now they could swap. This is something that teams like to do. They like to swap around the heroes just to sort of throw them off, make sure the team is paying attention. But at this moment, it's just really odd. Is this going to be support Lifestealer by Fear? Because Fear has been switched to the support role since he is the captain, and that is one of the primary reasons why EG has been so successful as of late. And oh my god, this is going to be a support Lifestealer. You can see Fear picked up a smoke, as well as a Stout Shield and a Clarity, so he's going to roam. Lifestealers don't usually get Clarities because, I mean, Lifestealer doesn't use too much mana, but this Lifestealer will get a Clarity because he wants to use open wounds as much as possible, and they're gonna use a Smoker to see. Oh my god, this is pretty crazy. Are EG gonna go for a level 1 Roch? They have Enigma as well as Furion, but I think Rox.KIS know about it. They're gonna smoke up as well. This is gonna be crazy right off the bat. Bambo not using his skill point just yet. Blade Fury probably would be the smart choice. Jo picked up the plus damage aura. As you can see, the Treant's gonna be scouting out the side of Rox.KIS, but Rox.KIS, since they are smoked up, they're not really going to care, as these teams going to completely bypass each other. EG looking to probably play some aggressive wards. Demon has a Ring of Basilius as well as some clarity, so he could go into the jungle, but really, this is pretty crazy. I'm just going to pause really quickly just to introduce the players and teams and look at the items before any sort of action does open up. So on the side of Rox.KIS, we're going to have BZZ, or Biz, playing the Chaos Knight. Dread is playing the Gyrocopter. Solo is playing the Pudge. Vanscore is playing the Ancient Apparition. And Yol is playing the IO, aka the Wisp. Meanwhile, on the side of EG, we're going to have Fear playing the Leicester. Jao is playing the Luna. Demon's playing the Nature's Prophet. Bambo is playing the Juggernaut. And Beatus is playing the Enigma. So yeah, I guess Enigma will be the primary support for EG in this game. Demon is going to play a mid-solo Nature's Prophet. Bambo will play the offlane Juggernaut. This is really quirky by EG. And meanwhile, you can see Gyrocopter was pulled one set of tangos or a salve. I'm not too sure which. So Dread could be potentially going in the mid lane. I'm not too sure. Solo will probably go in the mid lane. I think Dread will probably be off lane because I think that's what he did for Rox.KIS, and that's why he might have been pulled a bit more. But anyways, gonna get right into this game because this is gonna be pretty crazy right at the get-go. As Dread is gonna get initiated on with open wounds. Here comes Bambo with the Blade Fury doing a huge amount. You can see Vanscore actually skilled level 1 Chilling Touch, so that's gonna give his allies a huge amount of damage. But Jao gonna juke out of the way. That movement speed increase of Luna just so significant, and Bambo actually gonna end up perishing due to the counter initiation by the Chaos Knight Fear. Trying to do whatever he can, but the open wounds level 1 cooldown is just so significant. Solo trying to go to work, but you can see Jao's move speed just making it very difficult for Rox.KIS to actually re-engage. As Fear trying to make his way, does have one more open wounds, does not want to use it, just uses his naturally high base wound speed just to re-engage. Jao is going to be in a lot of trouble. He will end up dying. The Wisp and the Chaos Knight giving the Chaos Knight enough move speed just to go in. As Fear going to initiate, finds Vanscar. There's going to be a really terrible pause as lag as hell is the call by Solo. So this is going to give both of these teams a moment's notice just to sort of think about what they're doing, but Rox.KIS lagging. And what is annoying for EG is that, I mean, Chaos Knight is at full HP, full mana for the most part, and he had Reality Rift, so he can cast multiple Reality Rifts still. As Vanscore going to take a lot of damage. Beatus with the conversions will pick up the last hit, and they're going to rotate onto Fear. Fear did manage to hit level 2, but he's out of mana for the most part. He might have to go for a point to feast. As Dread respawning, gonna try to go in, uses his Rocket Barrage just to clear up some of the Eidolons, gonna give him a nice amount of experience. So EG coming out ahead 3-2. They managed to get the first blood as well. But I'm not too sure once the overall experience growth as Bambo respawned, but now he might be hunted down as Chaos Knight not yet level 2, so he doesn't have the stun, and he knows Fury Bambo could just Blade Fury away the tether stun, so just decide to conserve the mana as EG gonna go in for the level 1 rush, but this could backfire on them for a little bit just because the creeps have already spawned, so this is gonna give Rox.KIS a moment's notice just to get some experience, but EG of course will definitely get a lot of experience themselves. Fear not using the open wounds on Roshan. Maybe they don't have a single target debuff to disable the spell shield, but Rox.KIS looking to re-engage. Dread is in position, does have the flak, and EG for the most part is at full HP, full mana. Fear is going to take a lot of damage, not going to use his rage, as he did use the open wounds on Roshan. I do believe Beta is taking a lot of damage as well. Fear going to go in, does get sniped. Bambo trying to do whatever he can. There's going to be a buyback by the Leicester as Enigma does get killed by Roshan. Bambo gonna die for a second time in this game. Meanwhile, Demon trying to find the right opening. Fear with the buyback looking to find an opening himself, but his open wounds is still on cooldown. Level 1 open wounds is such a long cooldown as looking to engage upon Yol. Dread and the Treants trying to do whatever they can to block, or the Treants are actually on the side of EG, but Yol will be able to escape, salving up, and the nice block by Dread will help to preserve the life of the Wisp. Meanwhile, they're going to engage upon Demon. Demon does end up perishing. Fear will take a lot of damage. The Cold Feet, keep in mind, is a very high damaging spell at level 1, especially without any boot speed to just debuff that, as Dread gonna get reinitiated upon BZ, picks up a mega kill with double kill. Blade Fury going to work, the Lucent Beam flying in from the Luna, who did just manage to hit level 2, will secure the kill. Meanwhile, Solo was just saying, fuck that noise, I'm gonna try to get whatever experience again, and that is probably gonna be a worthwhile investment because now he's level 3, he has that increased range of the hook. As you can see, the Eidolon position by Beatus was right on port, as Beatus did have vision for the most part of the Pudge, and it's really difficult for Rox.KIS to engage upon EG because the Healing Ward is up in effect because Bambo did manage that level 2, and Luna does have that level 2 as well with the Lucent Beam constantly tapping out. Luna does pick up the Aegis, and overall, even though the fights are not going EG's way, the Roshan and the fact that Rox.KIS are not getting experience is going to be so important for them. This might allow them to open and get themselves back in the game as Demon going to teleport in for Yol, recognizing that Yol is out of reach, and Yol will end up dying. One last tip by Jo does pick up the kill as Jo with the Aegis looking to get more stuff. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was going to say at that point. As EG, they're just going to 5-man. They recognize that they have the Aegis and they've already used a lot of time. They're trying to go to work, but Rox.KIS definitely getting the advantage in terms of levels. You can see, even though EG did manage to count the Roshan, Rox.KIS overall do have the higher level heroes, and they're going to definitely get more levels in the meantime. Dread will probably pick up level 4. Pudge is going to work his way towards level 5, won't pick it up by the time EG gets back into the lanes, although EG might just not give Rox.KIS a chance to breathe. They might just force Rox.KIS to defend, and if they do that, that will severely cripple the AA's effectiveness. And actually, I think that is exactly what EG are planning to do, and this is a really, really smart choice. I don't know if this was EG's game plan right out of the draft. I think this might be a counter pick to the A, and they know that A is going to be a huge problem if he hits level 6, so EG just don't want to let A get level 6, but A already almost level 3, and EG finding it difficult to push in the Wisp Spirits, just doing a lot of work even though they're only level 1, and Chaos is just a naturally tanky hero to go in, so EG actually going to transition and go back to their lanes. JO teleporting to the top lane with the Tranquil Boots, trying to get his levels, so I think this is a smart choice by EG. They want to get their level 6s up at the very least before they decide to push in, as Bambo trying to seek out whatever farm he can possibly get, as Solo gonna get initiated on. Beatus will be there on the rotation. He has a haste rune, so he will be able to scuttle on out of there, as Fear looking for an opening. The Eidolons have been summoned, but Solo is already level 5 with 3 points in a hook, has his bottle as well as boots, so he has pretty solid farm for the most part. But Dread, since the teleport by Jail, forced to retreat from that top lane because he did not know if there were any supports on the rotation. Keep in mind that level 1 Roshan means that very, very Roshan-centric wards are placed, so that means the vision on the top lane for the most part will be very, very limited for the Rain, so that is why, even though there's only one hero on the Rain side, on the dire side on the top lane, it's just very risky for the Radiant to actually farm there, and EG might take advantage of that. They might recognize that, okay, the Radiant do not have much vision, so we're going to push in as 5, but we're going to see rotation by BZ, probably the best target to rotate in because he's so damn tanky, and he can be aggressive, as Beatus will get the Malphus off onto the Wisp. Beatus, only level 4, Enigma do usually want to get a lot of farm in the jungle, but managed to pick up his Soul Ring regardless, as the orbs just doing so much damage. Look at the orbs delaying the assault of the creeps. The Eidolons will split once at the very least, but BZZ looking for an opening. This tower is dying very, very fast, as Demon actually picking up Arcane Roots, which is something you never see on Aegis Prophet, but makes a whole lot of sense in this game just because you can get more mana for your push. And I mean, Beatus won't be getting that much farm, and Nature's Prophet will be getting a lot more farm than Beatus, so the Arcane Boots is essential in this strategy just to push as much as possible. You know, I'm just gonna take a breath, as last hits really do not mean much, but you can see Rox.KIS, because they didn't really have to Roshan that much, or they didn't go back into Roshan, they didn't spend as much time devoting their heroes to Roshan, they are out farming EG, and for the overall levels you can see Rox.KIS is out experiencing EG, which is gonna be a bit of a problem for EG, because their heroes, it's pretty unconventional push strat. They have a Juggernaut, but their Leicester is going to be the support for the most part, although Leicester is taking up a lot of farm, so I like that Fear managed to do a role switch just to get Leicester at a reasonable effectiveness, so he can just go and charge past the tower and potentially initiate on the target of his choice. But Rox.KIS, such a smart defense. They're only devoting 3 heroes to defense, but we are going to see a teleport in by Dread, who is level 6, so he has to call down Creepers as he's going to initiate onto Beatus. He's going to get reality to tether stun. Beatus will most assuredly die. Eclipse is going to fly in. They are going to kill off Chaos Knight. Meanwhile, Pudge will walk in, does manage to bite Luna to death, gets a nice hook onto Demon. Demon will buy back as we're going to see rotation by Fear. Jail responds with Aegis, but he's going to take a huge amount of damage from the Rocket Barrage. Jail will be forced to retreat, but the heal ward just putting in so much effective HP on the side of EG. Wisp will fall, but keep in mind, Nature's Prophet did buyback, so 2 buybacks already expanded on the side of EG. They really need this tower. They're not winning turns experience, but Fear will be driven away by the tower at auto tactician. BZZ will respawn with full HP, full mana. This will force the retreat of EG, and if Demon dies here, that will be a lot of gold he will lose, as Demon will get stunned. I don't know why he teleported at that place. Maybe he knew the missile was tracking him, so he just decided to just teleport. But EG gonna lose that exchange. They use a buyback. They're gonna get a tower denied, and they're losing in terms of kill count. This is big concern for EG, although Bambo is low 6. He's looking for a kill on Van's score, as I'm not too sure why he's not Omni-slashing just yet. Does he have enough mana to cast both of his spells? That might be the reason why he hasn't Omni-slashed. I think he was trying to figure out if he had enough damage to actually kill off the AA, but Dread will get surrounded by Treants. Meanwhile, Pudge was able to kill off Betas in the jungle with the hook, but it's going to be 2 kills picked up by EG. They're going to pop the healing ward yet again. Premature healing ward, if I don't mind saying so, because what will it do? It'll heal up your creeps, but it won't heal up your heroes, and the healing ward will be down for the next push. And I think EG are playing under a clock because they said no time. So maybe, I think this is on the day the We Play Grand Finals were played, so that might be why EG is going so desperate with this strategy. But this is an all-in strategy by EG, as A does immediately get sniped. A not yet level 6, meanwhile Pudge does manage to pick up a kill. Chaos Knight gonna take a lot of damage, as well as Pudge. The Blade Fury just putting in so much work. BCC getting stunned by the Malefice. The Black Hole gets immediately cancelled. That's 3.5 minutes without the Black Hole, as meanwhile Fear will get stunned by the Tether. The Wisp just going to work, as Wisp will take an open wounds. He might end up dying. He will die to one last auto attack by Fear. Meanwhile, the hook just barely whiffs on Fear. BCC going to be in a lot of trouble as he's trying to desperately run away. Demon will be there with the teleport as Yol relocates in. He is level 6. Fear going to get stunned by the Despair, but not taking any damage. His Demon might end up dying. He will die once again, as Leicester will die again as well. EG starting to slip away, and I think the healing word usage was definitely premature by Bambo, as they could have definitely used it, but that fight was so chaotic. Maybe EG was really never in position to get healed up regardless. As Soul, 1 mana Eclipse is going to be dropped just to him, but Pudge does commit suicide. That is very, very unfortunate for EG, because they really wanted the experience as well as gold. You can see a Healing Ward being dropped just to give Jail a bit of extra HP, and that is going to force a couple auto attacks by Rox.KIS onto the Healing Ward. Jail is going to take an Ice Blast, and that was the critical moment that I was warning about. Once A hits level 6, the Ice Blast is just going to do so much work, as Bambo will get stunned by that castle. Bambo going to take a bunch of damage. Blade Fury will be on cooldown. Meanwhile, Dread as well as VCC gonna get engaged upon Demon, will teleport in. Beatus will once again fall. You can see the innate tanky nature of Chaos Knight just putting in so much work, and the burst damage from the Gyrocopter doing a lot of work as well. Fear, it might have been more appropriate for him to get more points into open wounds, because you can see it's just such a necessity in this game to cast open wounds as much as possible, as lag is the call. Fear trying to make his way. He won't get stunned by the cold feet. He has rage as well as his high natural phase moves with the phase boots, so he will be able to escape, but he's going to re-engage upon Dread. He knows he has phase boots. He knows he can catch up the open wounds. Level 1, Fear won't care too much about the Shatter, as he's going to re-engage upon Dread. Dread will get tethered by the Wisp, and Fear will dodge the hook, and Fear cannot re-engage Dread with the Drum Charge. Is forced to use it, as Fear will be forced away, looking to infest the creep. He will find the creep to infest. He might have to burst out the creep, because the creep will take a lot of damage. He wants to get the maximum HP. He will burst out. He's at full HP, full mana, but BZZ is there to re-engage upon Fear. Gonna pop the ultimate as well. BZZ already level 9, as this is looking worse and worse for EG as this game goes on. Leicester dies again, and just checking out the hero kills and scores. Chaos Knight 8, 4, and 7, and he is definitely making a lot of things happen. He's gonna get the drums up. He's already ridiculously difficult to bring down. And this all-in strategy by EG is starting to come to a crawl, as they might initiate onto Yol. Omnislash is back up, but you can see Juggernaut in terms of his items is quite limited. Luna does have some drums, so there is hope for EG in the late game. Luna, with the help of Gyrocopter, or with the help of the Juggernaut as well as the Furion, can potentially outcarry the Chaos Knight and the Gyrocopter, but I don't know if EG is building towards that, as Beat is really going to be delayed on his Mecha, and Mecha might not even be the best choice. His Solo going to cancel his hook twice and then forces Beat's beautiful play by Solo. Really, really smartly done. Baited out any jukes by the Enigma and then promptly casted the hook, where Enigma was pretty much choked into position. Meanwhile, the relocate was able to kill off Demon, and you can see the Wisp just starting to become a factor, because EG want to get some experience when they were 5-manning up, but that is just going to play into his hands, who thrives on people being alone. Solo gonna pop invisibility and just checking out the items on EG. Nature's Prophet working his way towards Mechanism. He will have it up very soon, but I'm questioning the effectiveness of Mechanism versus an AA as Solo stalking Bambo in the jungle or in the lane as Solo unfortunately just a little bit too low. He casts his Rot and then wait a split second. Now the Omni Slash is gonna work, but unfortunately for Bambo it jumps all of the creeps. The Wrath of Nature gonna bounce in. Really nicely timed by Demon as Roshan's gonna respawn Bambo with the right click, and that is gonna be very, very unfortunate for Rox.KIS now, because now they don't have that risk-free way of initiating with the hook as Fear gonna rage up. Won't dodge the missile. This might be a bit of bait by Fear just saying re-engage, but I think Rox.KIS, they probably wrote down the Roshan timer. I don't know if they necessarily carry. They're gonna send Ice Blast in, and EG's going to take so much damage, and that is going to render the healing ward effectively useless. The call down going to work. Jail will end up perishing. The Ice Blast is such a good spell in this sort of game. This might be the game-breaking spell, as Demon actually blocked off the tree or blocked off the approach by EG with his own Sprout Fear. Going to reinitiate Pawn, but Beatus unfortunately will die. The healing ward does get killed off with barely any healing being used, and Rox.KIS gonna claim themselves an Aegis. This is disastrous for EG. 47 kills in the span of 13 minutes. Meanwhile, oh my god, Demon tried to channel his inner Bambo trying to get an Aegis snipe, but Gyrocopter does pick up the Aegis of the Immortal, and suddenly things are looking very grim for EG. The Ice Blast is just too good in this sort of game. And now EG gonna lose their tier 1, and losing map control against Wisp is really, really problematic, especially since even if you 5-man at this point, I think you're under leveled to a point that even if you 5-man, the real kid can still do all work. You look at the experience difference. EG is just really behind in terms of experience, and it's not going to get prettier because EG been 5-manning it up. The gold edge was in favor of EG, but that's because of the tower edges. Beat is going to be caught out once again. The Spirit's going to get vision as well as the reality edge. Bambo going to take a lot of damage, going to be under the effects of the debuff, so if he takes a couple more auto attacks, he might very well end up dying. Fear going to take a dismember right to the face. Jo will get stunned as well as Rock Boucher. Fear with his rage just putting in so much work, able to sustain himself throughout all these battles. The Black Hand trying to do whatever it can to push away the side of EG. Gyrocopter unfortunately is completely out of mana, uses drums yet, and he went for a lifesteal just to help him get a bit more sustainability. This isn't for any creep stacking, but the armor as well as the lifesteal will give him a bit more effective HP, and they're going to use the mechanism as well as healing ward while they can before Ice Blast does fly in to cancel all the healing. But man, oh man, this is a chaotic game if I've ever seen one. 51 kills in 15 minutes, well over 3 kills per minute. Holy shit. But the items is going to tell the true tale of this game. Bambo, nothing in terms of items, only phase boots. Demon only with the mechanism and arcane boots, and he even went for a pushing aura to Nature's Prophet. He did not go for a split pushing aura to Nature's Prophet, as Bambo going to be caught out. Solo going to channel the dismember, and I think Bambo will end up dying. Yes, we are going to see Dread with the rotation, and Yo will pick up the kill on a mega kill streak with the urn, with the bottle as well, so that is going to give his team so much healing, because Wisp, the tether, will just give his allies so much healing to whoever he's tethered in, as EG in danger of being smoke ganked. I don't know if that ward did see the after explosion of the smoke animation, but regardless, oh, Fear gonna get hooked. Fear was just standing in one place, and there was a really smartly placed Radiant ward. Beat is just gonna trade his life. Beat is, unfortunately for him, is just dying. He really can't do too much. Enigma, this is why he needs so much experience in the jungle. He needs so much farm, and even then, if he doesn't manage to get the push going, he's really not that effective of a hero. Meanwhile, a relocate on the bottom lane was able to snipe off Demon. The drums finished on CK. He's going to go for the armlet. Just want to check out more of the items on the side of Rox.KIS. Solo just picking up smokes, which is a necessity for the Pudge. Just to constantly get the smoke so he can just smoke past any sort of vision. Also has an urn himself to give him a bit more HP as they're going to initiate onto Bambo. Bambo can't even cast the Blade Fury. EG's getting picked off one by one. The lack of vision really hurting EG at this point, and their supports are just too damn poor. The hook manages to land perfectly on Fear. Really, really smart Pudge play by Solo, and you can see EG losing a lot of their momentum, a lot of their steam, and their strategy, their all-in strategy is just coming to a close. And I gotta largely credit the Pudge and the AA choices. The Pudge was a bit unconventional, but the AA, I mean, to be fair, if EG banned out the AA, then that would have really, really revealed the fact that EG were going all in. And to be fair, EG's first 3 pickups were a Luna, as well as, again, is the call by Vanscore. Oh, I guess he probably misused his smoke. I'm not too sure. but Rox.KIS gonna claim the first backs of the game. Fear gonna dodge the reality rift as here comes a dismember. Fear taking not that much damage, but now that his rage is expiring, he's gonna take more and more. Beatus does manage to get somewhat of a black hole, but the damage output on EG is just not there. I think EG will end up losing this game. Such a chaotic game, but what a game, as Demon will get reality rifted, will get killed off. Reality Rift does not cancel channeling, but it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Bambo and Fear try to do whatever they can. They do manage to pick up 2 kills in the meanwhile, but Pudge is just gonna buy back as Gyrocopter trying to pursue down Bambo. Gyrocopter still has Aegis, so he can chase freely. Sprout goes in trying to kill off Dread. They will kill off Dread's Aegis at the very least. Meanwhile, Yo will end up dying. EG not giving up just yet as BZZ tanking in the front lines. He will die as EG or Rox.KIS gonna overextend, and this does not mean the game's over just yet, despite me making it seem like it. Just because Rox.KIS just had such a level of edge, the fact that they're getting essentially wiped means that they're giving up so much experience to EG, but the Ice Blast once again picking up a double kill. And yeah, just go back to the bans. If EG banned out the AA, then they would have revealed their all-in push strategy regardless. But I think Rox.KIS recognized that anyways because they saw the first 3 picks were Juggernaut, Aluna, as well as a Nature's Prophet. JL gonna get bitten to death. Solo could be in a bit of trouble. Again, Pudge with low armor means that Leicester can just easily output the deeps on him. So will definitely die. Try to delay the inevitable. But unfortunately, you can only delay for so long, as Fear try and time it so that he can get the last hit without Pudge denying himself, as Solo with the little smiley face. GG well played is called by Fear, and I think EG recognized the fact they were just too far behind. 1 racks down against an AA, a global lineup with the Gyrocopter, with the item differential is just too much of a deficit to overcome. I just want to look at the items in the end just to see if EG did have a shot. And CS means nothing, but on heroes like Luna, Nature's Prophet, Enigma, who is probably the most experienced depend jungler or CS depend jungler in the game, this Enigma would not be doing anything. The Juggernaut would become less and less effective as the game goes on. Nature's Prophet could do stuff, but he's always in danger of being relocated on because he did not go split fishing build. Luna could become reasonably effective, and Leicester could remain relevant, but the Gyrocopter was just becoming way too big of an issue. And ultimately, EG gonna GG out of there. And overall, in 19.5 minutes, this game ended with fucking 69 kills. Holy shit. What a game. Well over 3 kills a minute. If there was ever a more epic 20-minute game, I have not seen it. I'm just gonna fast forward to the end. Holy shit, what a game. This is one of those shorter games that deserves the epic tag, as that was incredibly fun to watch. And I don't think I missed that many kills, but to be fair, every time a hero was in the picture, I mean, you could expect that a kill would be happening just considering the lineup. But EG gonna lose to the Rox.KIS in the Cursed Dota Invitational, so they are out of it. And EG went for pretty much a balls to the wall strategy. It did not pay off. So we'll see if they take that into consideration when they go into the TI3 qualifiers. We'll see if they don't, but Rox.KIS gonna move on in the Cursed Dota Invitational, and they'll face Dignitas. But thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that game. I definitely did, as that was a really, really crazy game. But thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Peace.